Hello everyone and welcome to the week 1 of the NPL. This week we are going up against Dapper Snapper. His team is the Appalachia Appletons and his team is unbelievably threatening. First off, he's also an amazing guy. His links are going to be down in the description below. Go check him out. And you guys know that I'm being serious because 9 times out of 10 if I don't say that, you know that I don't really care if you check him out, but this guy's genuinely great. Go check him out. He's phenomenal. However, for his team, he has Darkrai, Heatran, Donphan, Salamence, Weezing, Galarian Weezing to be specific, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Gardevoir, Terra, Misdreavus, Arboliva, and Ambipom. Looking at his team, there's a couple of big things that I wanted to point out. One, I don't have a switch into Darkrai, literally at all. Even my Enamorous Therian can get 2-shot by Sludge Bomb. The other big issue is his Donphan for my team. Donphan actually walls a good portion of my team between King Gambit, Sneasler, and Regieleki. It makes it very difficult for me to take hits and deal out big damage to Donphan. Heatran is also a little bit of an issue for my team because if he runs an air balloon set, then I'm able to just get so many things nuked. The other big issue for this team is going to be the combination of Galarian Weezing plus Urshifu Rapid Strike. Galarian Weezing as a physically defensive wall is very difficult for me to break, especially with my specially offensive Pokemon because it's kind of obvious what they're going to do and they have pretty good switch-ins to them. Urshifu Rapid Strike also just claims a KO every single time it comes in because my water type is a Swampert and I could bring Terra Avalugg, but I don't think it has a good matchup against many other things because it just gets blown back by Darkrai, Heatran, Special Salamence, Gardevoir, and Arboliva. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the team we're bringing. The first thing that we're going to be bringing is a Swampert. This Swampert is going to be a unique Swampert. It is going to be a sub-Earth Power Surf Ice Beam with Substitute and modest max special attack with 196 EVs and speed. This allows me to outspeed I believe it is a creeping Heatran, is what I went for. With Torrent, my Surf is going to do a lot of damage. Even his water resist being Urshifu, Rapid Strike, and Salamence don't want to switch in on this very easily because they could just lose 50%. This is going to be my designated lead. 99% of the time, this is what I'm going to lead off with because if I'm able to use this to break down things like the Weezing, then my Sneasler has a really good time. If I'm able to break down something like the Gardevoir, then my Mesprit has a lot easier time. If I'm able to break down something like the Urshifu Rapid Strike, then I'm able to sweep a lot easier with some of my other Pokemon. So this thing has a big role to be the lead and just get off a bunch of damage. That's all I really care about this week. The second Pokemon on the team is going to be Sneasler with a Choice Scarf and the Poison Touch ability with U-Turn, Close Combat, Dire Claw, and Switcheroo. With Poison Touch plus Dire Claw, I better be getting some statuses this week. This is also just going to be my blanket offensive cleaner because it outspeeds everything on his team aside from Scarfers and almost every other Scarfer that isn't Scarf Darkrai. With U-Turn, Close Combat, Dire Claw, and Switcheroo, I'm able to hit everything on their team for at least neutral damage, as well as being able to Switcheroo a Choice Scarf onto maybe something like the Weezing and then get the Black Sludge, and then I have a little bit of passive recovery. The next Pokemon on the team is going to be Mesprit. I am rocking a very physically defensive Mesprit with enough special defense EVs to be able to take 2 Moonblasts after Stealth Rock from Choice Scarf, Timid, Gardevoir, as well as being able to take as little damage as possible from Surging Strikes. With Rocky Helmet, I actually get the chip damage off I need on it for close combat to kill it from Sneasler after a Stealth Rock. So it is super critical that I save this thing for Urshifu just to be able to get that damage off. Next up, we have Specially Defensive Enamorous Therian. This is going to be about as good of a check as I can get to Darkrai. Essentially, if Darkrai comes in, I have to let it kill whatever is in front of it. I send this in, I get up a Calm Mind, and then I can try to do as much damage as possible. With Draining Kiss, Earth Power, and Psychic, I actually do a good amount of damage to pretty much everything on my opponent's team. The only thing that really can come in a little safely on this is Gardevoir, but even then, if I'm at +1/+1, Draining Kiss is still doing a decent amount of damage and giving me some recovery on top of having leftovers. The big breaker for the team that I'm hoping I can catch him off guard early on is going to be my Hisuian Zoroark. I'm rocking a Choice Spec set with U-Turn, Grass Knot, Shadow Ball, and Hyper Voice. I'm going to be disguising this as my last Pokemon that I will go over here in a second, hopefully to be able to fire off a massive Grass Knot on the Donphan and break that down so that way I have another potential late game cleaner in the back. This thing breaks a hole in whatever it comes in on, and I'm super excited for it. Then the final Pokemon on the team is going to be my Regieleki, obviously, if I'm trying to disguise Zoroark as something to break down Donphan. I'm rocking Heavy Duty Boots with Rapid Spin, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Terra Blast. Heavy Duty Boots plus Rapid Spin is really important here because I have a feeling that no matter what hazard stack options I could have brought here, I didn't have a way to reliably spin block my opponent with anything on my team. I wasn't able to keep up spikes in any of the scenarios that I played out in my head, whether I ran like Ceaseless Edge. I did come up with one really cool Smeargle set, which was Ceaseless Edge, Burning Bulwark, Endeavor, and Extreme Speed, to be able to try to lead off with Don. Like, I lead off my Smeargle against his Donphan. He goes for Stealth Rocks. I go for Ceaseless Edge. I break the Sturdy. He goes for Earthquake, whatever. I click Burning Bulwark to scout and see what he does. If he goes for Rapid Spin, he gets burnt, and then his Sturdy is permanently broken. If he goes for Rapid Spin after that, then he's able to get the +1 speed boost as I get up another layer of spike. He then outspeeds me. I go for Endeavor, bring him down to 1, and then after that I click Extreme Speed and then go from there. But that series of events I couldn't realistically expect to happen, because what if he doesn't lead Donphan? What if he leads something like Heatran? And I'm not able to do that reliably because I get Flame Body burnt or something along those lines. So I ended up scrapping it, and I just wanted to be able to keep away hazards on my side of the field because his Ghost isn't overly threatening to me. I don't think Misdreavus is going to come. But the 6 that I do expect to come are going to be Darkrai, Heatran, Donphan, Galarian Weezing, Urshifu Rapid Strike, and Gardevoir. I don't really think Salamence comes this week just because I do have access to Swampert, which is a pretty good defensive wall against physical DD Mints. I also have Mesprit, which is pretty good against special Mints, and as well as physical Mints, and they both get Ice Beam and Ice Punch respectively. I don't really expect Misdreavus, Arboliva, or Ambipom just because I could see all of them being really easy setup fodder for Baxcalibur, and I think my opponent might be a little bit scared of that. But with that, let's go ahead and hop over to the battle. Okay, so there's some things that I'm excited to see and some things I'm not excited to see. One thing I'm excited to not see is Darkrai. I'm very shocked he didn't bring that, but that frees up my Enamorus a lot. The other thing I'm not super excited to see is Ambipom, because I don't really know what Terra type he would be versus me. I guess normal. But seeing no Heatran, Swampert looks so good if I can get it in kind of early. I do kind of just want to lead off with my Zoroark. That way I can get the illusion up quickly. I can hopefully get a Grass Knot off on the Donphan. And if I can do that, my Regieleki looks phenomenal in this game. So I think that's what we're going to do. Try to catch him early. We're going up against Dapper Snapper, by the way. I don't know if I said it in the team builder or not, but his links will be down in the description below. Leads off with Ambipom. This is good. This is good for me because he can't really do a whole lot to me, and I can just fire off a Choice Specs Hyper Voice. And versus Ambipom, Hyper Voice kills. Goes for a Terra. I hope you're Terra normal. Yep, Terra normal. And I assume he's going to go for Fake Out. But then he's going to lose his Ambipom. Knock off. No. Oh, that's so bad. And he's Scarfed. Oh, that's so bad. No, he's not Scarfed. He could just have outsped me. That's so bad. Okay, we're gonna have to play very careful now. That's really, really bad. I should have calced a knockoff. I'm just gonna go for a U-turn here. That's really, 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 really bad. By going for U-turn, it does force in a little bit of momentum on my side that I might be able to take advantage of. Unless he's Scarfed, but if he's Scarfed, he'll stay in. Then I go out into my Mesprit, let him take a little bit of Rocky Helmet Chip. I'll set up my rocks and then just try to go from there, I think. It'll also depend on what he goes out into, I guess, if he does switch out, because if he goes into Donphan here. Okay, so he does withdraw. Going to Donphan. Mence. Okay. That's actually good. So I get off a nice little U-turn. I get a crit. I don't know how much that matters. What do I want to go into? If I go into Enam, oh, what do I want to go into? Part of me really just wants to go into this and get up my rocks. He's got to know an Ice Beam is coming. So I'm just going to get on my rocks. I assume he's going to go into his Urshifu here, because I don't see why you wouldn't. Paranormal Ambipom. How bad is that? Guardy. That's good. Traces my Levitate, no biggie. We'll get up rocks and then we'll go for a U-turn. I will outslow this thing and then I can just go directly into my Sneasler and get a little bit more momentum. Having rocks up is big because I can break the sturdy on Donphan depending on if he's boots or not. And if he's boots and I can break the sturdy, then that makes it a lot easier for me to pick up the kill later on. Man, I can't believe I didn't calc that knockoff. Moonblast, are you specs? 216. Did 40%. Bless you. So it looks like he could be Scarf Guardy, which is okay. Do I want to fire off a Dire Claw here? I kind of don't, because if he stays in and goes for a Moonblast, I can go into my Enamorous, which I'll take 30%-ish from, and then I'll get lefties, and then I can set up a Calm Mind. But he probably won't want to sack this thing off. Okay, so he does switch. What is he going to? Urshi, I assume. Wheezing. Are you neutralizing gas or levitate? You're levitate. Okay. That's good. I'm going to go into... I think I'm going to go back into this. And I'm going to click U-turn. He has Black Sludge, but he's not neutralizing gas, so I can't hit it with an Earth Power. He shouldn't want to take a Psychic because he kind of needs this thing. So I'm going to pivot around one more time. Yep. Withdraw again. I want the Donphan to come in is what I really want. Sneasler versus... So versus a defensive Wheezing. Dire Claw doesn't do much. But what I could do is I could go into this now. Set up a Calm Mind. I didn't mean to click Psychic. Shoot. Oh, that's bad. I didn't mean to click Psychic. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite me. I meant to click Calm Mind. I thought I had Calm Mind in the last slot. I should still be okay after lefties, as long as you don't get the special attack drop. Does this thing get anything that would threaten this Sludge Bomb? He might fear the Sludge Bomb and go into Wheezing. which would be good, but I'm not completely sold yet. He tricks. Did you just give me a scarf? Yeah. And you got lefties. That's not good. That is not good at all. Okay. But Draining Kiss on this will be useful later. So I think I'm going to go into my Mesprit. And if you go for Moonblast and two-shot me, it's okay. Oh man, I fumbled so hard on turn 1. It's the rust, man. It's the rust of not being in the game for this long. I wish I clicked Draining Kiss, but whatever. So Guardy versus Mesprit. Moonblast. This will two-shot me. No. It's okay, though. It's okay. Because I think I'm still in a decent spot. Because I do have rocks up and Trick, Moonblast. I just need to be careful. So my Draining Kiss does two-shot regular Gardevoir from here. And Draining Kiss is actually really good versus my opponent's entire team. It's just a shame that at +1 speed, I outspeed like no. I do outspeed this Gardevoir though. So I can go for a Draining Kiss. Wait, no I don't. I don't outspeed this Gardevoir. Not even a little. Not even close. But Draining Kiss will do a decent chunk. I'll do 22%. Thunderbolt, okay. That's fine. Not a two-shot, which is good. Draining Kiss, good recovery. Go for another Draining Kiss. Thunderbolt. Oof, that does a lot. Okay. 120, 250. Yeah, I die to this one. But do I die to a Moonblast? I'm at 128. I'm at 36. Moonblast doesn't KO me. I might try to save this thing. And do something a little off the wall. Because he spammed Thunderbolt. He hasn't gone for Moonblast. I live a Moonblast with my Regieleki as well. From offensive Gardevoir. Thunderbolt. Cool. Okay. So now he might save this because he's out of range of dying to rocks, which I would prefer because then I can get a Terra Blast off on the Donphan. Which will do about 31%. Should kill this thing as well. It does 25% minimum, which is good. Not a 6-0, baby. Not a 6-0. And he might think I'm choiced from that damage. He goes into Kenny K. Donphan, I assume. Yep. Now, do you Rapid Spin here? Do you Rapid Spin? I think you do, but if I go into Enamorous, yep, do spin. I'm gonna go for a Draining Kiss. Give me a little. Mwah. If they stay in, I get off about 27% and I regain about 22% of my health, which is good. depending on their investment, because like they're also gonna outspeed me, guaranteed. And if they have like Ice Spinner, but I assume they're gonna have Rapid Spin, Earthquake, Stealth Rocks, Knockoff to be able to hit my Mesprit. Okay. Should have gone for Psychic. I was so close to going for Psychic. I think a Sludge Bomb is coming out, so I think I'm finally going to go into my Swampert. What the heck? No. Ugh. I think by going out in my Swampert, I'm in a good spot. Because I can start firing off big hits and start to break a little bit. And if they go for a Sludge Bomb, it won't break my sub. Strange Steam will always break my sub. Just don't confuse me, please. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go for a Surf because Surf just hits everything unbelievably hard. Right? Yes. This says 48 to 57 and just max HP. That did nothing. It's fine that I'm burned. I don't really care. Because I'm not physical. That did nothing for what it should have been. This thing is like max Spadef. That means Dire Claws are going to be doing a little bit more, but I kind of just need to spam Surf for right now. My Sneasler's close combat to Urshifu Rapid Strike does 57%, so that's the amount of chip I need on. Don't know how I'm going to get it. I still haven't figured that part out, but that's a problem for future me. If they go into Urshifu here, Surf will do about 26 to 31, and then I'm going to save this. Yeah, go into Urshifu, please. Yep, that's Urshifu. Which is fine. 26 or so? To 30? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. And now this is where I sack off my what's it called? My Enamorous. That AMBIPOM could also be Focus Sash. Trailblaze. Oh. I'm gonna kiss you. If I'm able to get off a Terra Blast on this thing, it's in range of a close combat. It is actually close to being in range of a Dire Claw. But I'm just going to go for a Terra Blast either way because I assume Donphan's going to come in. How'd you like you to Donphan? Let's see. Are you AV? I assume you're going to be AV. This should do about 31 to 37. No, you're not AV. Want to do this again? And then the next time I'm in that situation, I assume Earthquake's going to come out. I can actually click an electric type move pretty soon. Crits me. That's so unfortunate. That is unbelievably unfortunate. I'm gonna go for an earth power. I'm gonna go for an earth power, expecting the Urshi to come in. Because if he lets this take a hit, then my Regieleki's in a great spot anyway. But I assume he's going to make the Urshi play. Lisa Crockett? That's not either one of those. Okay. This is AMBIPOM. At least I don't have to worry about a sash anymore. Okay. Thinking. Actively thinking. Let's go for an earth power. I'm going to take a little bit with this play just to make him think that I don't really have an option when I do. This game is going to be so difficult. It's already so difficult. I know I can't win, but it's trying to claim as much differential as possible. Okay. Dire Claw versus Galar Wheezing. I'm going to go for Dire Claw because it'll kill this, which is good. And then if he goes into Dawn Fan, I can hope I get lucky with like Sleep or something like that. If he goes into the Urshifu, that's the same thing. Yep. Okay. Sneasler, please don't let me down. Just give me a good something. Nope, that did absolutely nothing. Sleep? Nope. Okay, good game. Yeah. That whole game was just so difficult from turn 1, and getting Enam tricked was just so bad. I mean, I guess in theory I could crit here, but I don't even think a crit will kill. My opponent he got me from turn 1. He played so well. We'll go for a Terra Blast, just in case I somehow crit and manage to do 50%. Yeah, crit would have killed, but Earthquake definitely takes me out. GG's to my opponent, man. I should have played more careful that turn 1. And he crits me. That's funny as hell that I asked for the crit. Super unfortunate turn 1, just led to a very rough game, but it kind of is what it is, you know. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I also didn't follow my game plan going into this game literally at all. Like, I wanted to lead off with Swampert and then just sub up and just get a bunch of kills, but didn't work out that way. Either way, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.